me singing on your TV screen. Is it the making of a good dream? Was that the coolest thing you'd ever seen? Did you wanna be just like me? That was back when you were just a teen. Poor kid wanting big things. You were living in your fantasies, but in secret you believe that someday with a guitar you'll be singing with the rock stars. You'll be stealing all the girls' hearts, driving on in a fancy car. And someday in a movie scene while you're working on your James Dean, look back and remember me, little kid we used to be. Well, Lydia with the blonde hair stood you up and it wasn't fair. You decided then and there, a broken heart, well you just don't care. So you heard your first song on the drive home, pretending it was playing on the radio, and she sang it in the talent show. She wanted you back but you let her go. Cause someday with a guitar you'll be singing with the rock stars. You'll be stealing all the girls' hearts, driving on in a fancy car. And someday in a movie scene while you're working on the James Dean, look back and remember me, little kid we used to be. It says someday, someday, someday when you look back, find out where you got off track. The kid you are is the man I wanna be. Did you see me singing on your TV screen? Is it the making of a good dream? Was that the coolest thing you'd ever see? Yeah. The girls' hearts, driving hard in a fancy car. And someday in a movie scene while you're working on your James Dean, you look back and remember me, little kid we used to be. You said someday, oh someday, we'll be rock stars. It was cold, and I offered you my coat out in the snow. You put it on and said, I know where to go. Come on boy, it's time for you to take me home. And in the car we sang Brown Eyed Girl and counted stars. We took it easy, but we didn't get too far. Just drove back roads sipping wine out of a mason jar. It was a comet flying high across the midnight sky. It was a river running like it ain't gonna run dry. It was a fire burning low, a shot of whiskey burning slow. It was enough, it was love and it was us. We stayed alone in our bed some days. We made love until we couldn't stay awake. And yeah, it's the kind of stuff that you can't fake. It was a comet flying high across the midnight sky. It was a river running like it ain't gonna run dry. It was a fire burning low, a shot of whiskey burning slow. It wasn't enough, it was love and it was us, yeah. Guess you and I are no different, but girl, when we were in it, It was a comet flying high across the midnight sky. It was a river running like it ain't gonna run dry, yeah. It was a comet flying high across the midnight sky. It was a river running like it ain't gonna run dry. It was a fire burning low, a shot of whiskey burning slow. It was enough, it was love and it was us. It was a fire burning low, shot of whiskey burning slow. It was enough, it was love and it was us. Right, thank you so much. Everybody good so far? Feeling good?
Yeah. Where's the sprinklers? Yeah, don't turn those on. Those are off, right?
If it was waterproof, I'd say yes. I wouldn't mind that. Well, today I'm going to be playing mostly original tunes here, and I'll give some backstory to some of the songs I've written.
Yes.
This next one is it's called Wings of Forgiveness. I wrote it a couple years ago, released it with my band, the Brooks Hubbard Band, and how this song came about was, I love running, I love recreating outside, and sometimes I go for runs and long distances, and it's a great way to clear your mind. I actually come up with a lot of songwriting material, exercising and going outside and stuff, and I was running around a neighborhood down in Tennessee when I was living down there a couple years ago, and I heard this ice cream truck coming down the road, like familiar kind of bell song or something coming out of the van, and I just got this line immediately in my head, to hear the sound of the ice cream man, and kind of went with that and finished my run and just sort of had this start of a song idea in my head about a hometown, about middle America, that kind of thing. But I had another song idea which is the chorus of this song, Wings of Forgiveness, that I sort of put these two songs together, and I've never done that before. I've heard of a lot of other songwriters that they're blanking on where to go next in a chorus or in a change in the song. I ended up trying this other idea with this ice cream man verse, and it felt kind of interesting and felt like it made sense. So that's how this song was written, pieced together like that, which is pretty unusual for my songwriting. Yeah, this is just about, I think it's a story about seeking redemption in your hometown and maybe something terrible happened in the past you're still trying to get over. It's called Wings of Forgiveness. The sound of the ice cream man, birds chirping in the wind. Summer's here to take a stand, like they won't come again. And maybe I'll see Maria if she's back there Thank you. So that's one way songs are written, is kind of piecing together ideas. Usually it's, usually writing a song happens when you're not, involving yourself with music or trying to write a song. If you set out to do a task creatively, sometimes if it's harder to, channel your focus when you know that you're trying to create something. So a lot of these songs are written driving down the road or mowing the lawn or, going for a hike or something like that. This next one in particular, like I said, I lived in Nashville for 6 years, my wife and I, and it's about a 17-hour drive, headed straight there from here. We always did it in one trip, because I'm crazy and I like the long late night drives. I'd sleep in and then drive us down there. But I also like getting in that headspace of kind of being tired. I think sometimes when you're tired, your filters go away a little bit and you're able to pull some other things into your conscious that you don't normally think about, or you kind of filter out. This next song, my wife Sam had gone off to get groceries. It was one of the trips back to Tennessee, and instead of taking a nap like I should have done, I got my guitar and was just messing around, like not even really trying to write a song or do anything, and I wrote this song in like 10 minutes. Just a simple idea. It's called Think I'm in Love. I can hear her singing those sappy old songs, marching through the bedroom with the light on. I can see me kissing you goodnight in the moonlight, but staying up way past dawn. I can feel the deep burning in my soul, and I think it's about to take control right over me, but it feels good and it's alright. I think I'm in love tonight. I might just be high. I think I'm in love tonight. The way you follow me with your big dark eyes, like a laser beam crushing all my dreams to smithereens, yeah. I think I'm in love tonight. I might just be high, yeah. Well, love is just a game that we might grow to hate, guarding our hearts with blame. And who's gonna save us now, now that we don't know how? How do we go about living separate lives? Oh, thank you. So I've gotten to travel around quite a bit in the last, 5-6 years or more. Gone on the road and stuff, and haven't traveled much outside of this country, but there's a lot to this country that I I still haven't seen and want to see. One place in particular I'm thinking about in this next song is the state of Kansas. And the first time, you hear stories about driving out west and it's really flat and it's straight and it's boring and all that stuff. And it really is all those things. At least when you get out to those plains, it seems like it's never ending. It almost feels like you're in the middle of the ocean, but you're in the middle of land. And it can feel really lonely too, because you're really far away from anything. But you have cell service, which is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody be able to, save you if you're in trouble. There's actually a side story is my band and I were traveling out to Colorado a few winters ago, and we got caught up in what's called a bomb cyclone, which is, it's basically like a snow hurricane. And we should have turned around. We should have, stayed in a hotel before we hit the storm, but we ended up getting caught in the middle of it, had to put chains on our tires and drive, literally 5 miles an hour.
Wow.
We were in between these two towns in Colorado, in eastern Colorado, which is basically Kansas. It's flat and plains, and there's not much in between towns, and it could be 30, 40 miles. Going 5 miles an hour takes a really long time to get that far.
That's not fun. And
it was snowing sideways, and Edgar, our little party van we were traveling in, was struggling through the slush, and 70 mile an hour winds too, which is crazy. But we ended up making it to a little town and stayed in a hotel without any power, but we were happy to be amongst other people. But we actually were on the side of the road for a little bit of it because we had no idea of what direction we were traveling in. That's how crazy the snow and everything was blinding. We called 911 and said, hey, we're on the side of this highway and just to let you know, like, we're okay and everything. And they were like, oh, you're okay? Good, because we can't come get you or do anything.
Good luck.
And, we sat there on the side of the road for a little while. It seemed like we had a little break in the storm, so we continued. We were driving with our GPS. That's, we were like, okay, we're still on this road, I think.
Oh my.
And then we ended up passing some people and thinking like, geez, they're in the same situation we are, and they were probably 20, 30 feet away from us, and we had no clue that anybody else was around us,
Wow.
So we got out of that. That was nice. And that happened to be Colorado, but it might as well have been Kansas for how lonely we felt there too. And all I could think about driving through Kansas, my only memory of Kansas, learning about Kansas, is the Wizard of Oz. So I just couldn't think why Dorothy wanted to go back there. That was what the running joke the whole time I was driving through Kansas, and I came up with this song pretty much right there in the middle of that drive. This is called Kansas. Passing sleepy towns and homes, on a journey of my own. This barren land feels better than desert sand, but it's still hard not feeling whole. And I'm so lonely, and I'm somewhere in Kansas, like a tin man with no heart. And it's not there because I'm not where you are. it's so true, there's no place like home. Somewhere in Kansas with a broken radio. I left a month ago, chasing what I do not know. Everything is good and fine when you're drinking all the wine, but you won't let love show. The time keeps moving, and I'm somewhere in Kansas, like a tin man with no heart. And it's not fair because I'm not where you are. And it's so true, there's no place like home. Somewhere in Kansas, and I'm all alone. Yeah, yeah. Somewhere, yeah. Somewhere in Kansas, like a tin man with no heart. It's not there because I'm not where you are. It's so true, there's no place like home. Yeah. Somewhere in Kansas with my friend the Scarecrow. Somewhere in Kansas. Somewhere in Kansas. Somewhere in Kansas. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Somewhere in Kansas. Oh, 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 oh. Somewhere in Kansas. Right. Somewhere in Kansas, hopefully not stranded. The only hope. And if you are, make it Wichita. I like Wichita a lot. Alright. I'm gonna play a couple of new songs. Been working on a lot of songwriting, song material, and need to find the time to record. It's a little harder having a baby son, but we will find the time to be releasing some new music, and this next song is going to be one of them. It's called The Heart. It's kind of inspired by Mr. John Prine and his great songwriting. Been a big fan of. And losing him in the COVID pandemic. Definitely, we lost a lot of great musicians, great artists. But John Prine's at the top of my list, and this one goes out to him. This is called The Heart. The heart wants what it wants. You can't kill the power of love. What's meant to be is meant to be. It doesn't take an eye to see. The heart wants what it wants. And every day is a gift. Some days the gears harder to shift. Yeah, you get stuck out in the mud. You got to drive within your blood. Every day is a gift. Life gets much better, or maybe it just doesn't change. Right. You're searching for the answers, and you let the telephone ring. Or don't let your water overflow. You could drown the one you love. Just keep an eye out for the tide. Should be coming in tonight. Don't let your water overflow, yeah. I'm impressed you got the right clap going. That's awesome. You got some talented people here. Let yourself be yourself. No actor could perform you well. It ain't nothing easier to be, and you play it so unique. Let yourself be yourself, yeah. Life gets much better, or maybe it just doesn't change when you're praying for a lover and there's no hope to be saved. There is always a lesson at the end of every day. And I don't pretend to know the truth, but we all know it's good for you. The heart wants what it wants. All right, thank you. This next song is probably the newest song I'm going to be playing here. Just a couple weeks old. And it started with a phrase I've heard before, but you know, as soon as you're born, you start dying. That really kind of struck something with me, and I started writing a song about it. And it's sort of about, it's called Nothing New. It's sort of like, there's not really anything new that any of us are going through that we haven't collectively gone through before. Yeah, something like that. It's called Nothing New. When you feel like a rusted automobile and your heart's as cold as a steel wheel, pick your head up and listen close for the lessons you don't know and the things you might not be grateful for. Like snowfall on a January night, or the bugs this summer trying to catch a bite. In the street the dogs are barking, and some howl at the moon. Some sing a rather somber tune. Soon as we're born, we start dying. Soon as we love, we start lying. And when it's too much, we just hide away from you. Make up some lame excuse. When it hurts inside to face another day, and you're bleeding from the wounds of memory. Take a look on the horizon, it feels smaller than your thumb. I wonder why you ever sang this song. Soon as we're born, we start dying. Soon as we love, we start lying. But when it's too much, we just hide away from you. Drink something to cut away the truth. Oh, there's nothing new. So when you feel like a rusted automobile and your heart's as cold as a steel wheel, pick your head up by my chest and let go of all the rest. Life can change at the end of a deep breath. As soon as we're born, we start living. As soon as we love, we start giving. And when things get tough, we just try until we're through. As soon as we're born, we start living. As soon as we love, we start giving. And when things get tough, we just try until we're through.
Okay.